Have you ever felt like you needed to do something? It'll be either work, chores, or even your own things like painting or even playing games, but you just end up not doing it and just end up procrastinating. Well, one thing that may contribute to it is the lack of motivation. Why is motivation so important to us? Well, it keeps us moving on to do with our tasks. And usually, the more motivation that we have, the better the outcome of the certain task will be. But how do we even get that motivation? And how do we even manage to keep it? Well, today I will be sharing some motivational tips. Now, firstly, is to understand the concept of burnout. Personally, I think this concept is not talked about enough, but it does play a very important role for demotivation. It's really better to accept that we have it instead of just blaming ourselves for not being motivated. It's human to not have motivation all the time, and it's completely fine. A way to overcome this is to take a generous amount of breaks from your work so you won't feel burned out. Basically, just give time for yourself and remember that it's okay to take breaks and then continue on doing your work. Furthermore, how to keep your motivation up is to do the harder tasks first, continue on with the easier ones. By doing this method, you'll get all the hard, boring, and tedious work out of the way first, then you can move on to the easier ones. This way can make us feel a bit more refreshed when it comes to the easier ones. Now, lastly, is to give yourself some rewards. After reaching a milestone or maybe finishing your work, you can give yourself a treat or some snacks. Maybe you'll get to watch an episode of your favorite show or just some time to just chill and relax. This way is a really good way to prevent ourselves from getting demotivated and burnouts. It's also a nice way to kind of give yourself a break and some self-care. I hope these tips help you in any way, shape, or form. Just remember that everyone goes through the motivation cycle in their own way differently. And we mustn't compare ourselves, especially the work we've done and their work. Because everyone's just different and everyone has a different strength. It really is up to us to find the way that we stay motivated instead of just comparing ourselves to others. A quote from Lao Tzu, a famous Chinese philosopher: "Mastering others is strength, and mastering ourselves is true power." Thank you for listening.